Welcome to RDR. Hopefully you found us from our original page, Rose Driven Rides. If you like all things cars and guns, you're at the right spot. Today we have a special for you. All of us are in need of holiday gifts. And at this time of year, which is already upon us, which is shocking to me, I can't believe it myself.
I got no words.
We sorted through several websites and did the work for you. We came up with a list of guns we think you might enjoy. But before we get into that, there was a recent change to the law here in Maryland. Ike, what was that about?
So, if you guys did not know, recently, November 21st, 2023, Maryland's handgun licensing law was struck down by a federal appeals court. Another win for those interested in concealed carry. Previous to this ruling, Marylanders had to wait a 30-day period to get their license for concealed carry.
Now, from what I understand, most Marylanders couldn't even get it in that 30 days, right?
No.
Like you had to be...
You had to be a well-known person to the public, wealth, money, rich. If you weren't any of those, you'd be waiting...
Who knows?
Way longer than 30. You wouldn't even get a notice like, hey, that 30-day period was extended. The normal American citizen could not exercise their Second Amendment right.
Which is just wild to me.
I know. Maryland struck that down.
So what did the court rule? Or in what district did it happen to fall in?
So it was a 2-1 ruling on the 4th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. Maryland Governor Wes Moore, a Democrat, said he was disappointed in the circuit court's ruling and will continue to fight for this law, whatever that means.
I think Wes Moore was a paratrooper, the 82nd Airborne, and fought in Afghanistan and Iraq. Interesting that he would fight to keep those same guns he used and the ability he had to carry weapons in a combat zone from the actual citizen. But that's politics, and we're not getting into that today. We just wanted to give you an update.
Just here to say that this was a win for those who like to conceal carry, and just watch out for any more rulings that Wes Moore might try to push onto these people. I don't know. I'm not going to say nothing. Let's move that to the side.
Inspired by the new law, or I should say the Fourth Circuit decision, again, always check with your own state and attorneys and all that kind of stuff before you make a decision on your own constitutional carry. But of course, you're smart. You know that's why you're here. But in light of that, we went over some Black Friday deals. Again, it's the holidays and you owe people gifts. And we came up what we think was a pretty reasonable list of 10 guns. We'll count them down. And then we'll have some bonus material in there for you too. Keep in mind, not all these guns are cheap or expensive. I would say we found the middle of the road.
I think it's perfect for the everyday man. If he's looking to spend a little some, he can get a nice gun. We also have some very affordable weapons on this list if you want to get something for your significant other. You never know.
We're not encouraging straw purchases.
Of course
just saying. Yeah.
Nope.
I remember back in the old days, like quick story time, and you out there, the viewer watching this, can probably appreciate this, especially if you're probably closer to my age than Ike's, as me being a 26-year-old.
Yeah, I'm 14.
14? Yeah. My father bought my mom a shotgun for Christmas in the 80s, and that went over like a turd in church. But you do as you please. So we got a top 10 list for you. We're going to count them back. We're going to start with some pistols, move into some rifles, get into some shotguns, and then have a little bit of bonus for you.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. First up,
we got a Ruger LCP semi-auto pistol. It's a 380 automatic Colt pistol.
Now listen, we know 380s can get a bad rap. Everyone's, why a 380? Why not just jump to a 9mm? But honestly, these are fun little guns to shoot and not that expensive to fire. Like when you're thinking about ammunition costs, being at the range, easy. If you have someone in your life that needs a lighter caliber pistol that they're going to be carrying routinely, maybe a smaller frame person.
I would say if you had a disability or something.
Disability,
and you couldn't, a handgun doesn't weigh that much, but some people are not able to lift that. People have disabilities. I think this would be the perfect weapon. It's so small. It's a little pocket rocket.
It is.
Like you just put that in your pocket, just pull it out. It's pretty. Definitely. I think it's a no-brainer.
I think it's a great firearm. The price is great. It's $209.99. It's currently on the Black Friday sale. It's $50 off. It was $259.
It was $259, but with this Black Friday sale, there are so many guns right now on Cabela's and every website that you can think of. There's crazy gun deals going on right now.
And I'll tell you what, $200, let's say $210 out the door, right? Never mind taxes, shipping, whatever your circumstances might be. your girlfriends and wives is spending $200 every 2 weeks at Starbucks. So this is a great purchase.
I think this is an investment.
That's an
in my
investment,
eye.
yeah.
This is an investment.
Yeah. What's next on the list?
All right, so let's move on.
That's number 10. Number 9.
So if you want to step up a caliber, you just want a little something with a little more firepower, and you want a 9mm, we move up to the Canik TP9 SFX semi-auto pistol with full accessory pack.
This is a pretty neat deal, right? What's it
Very.
normally go for?
All right, so this is $550 on Cabela's.
Okay. And what's our Black Friday sale?
It's a $50 sale. So this is about $500, probably a little more after tax and shipping. You know how all that goes, depends on where you're at.
Sure. Now, it's usually, when you're buying weapons, in our experience is what we have found, if you can find a, let's say, a deal that includes a lot of different accessories, that's really the way to go. Especially these Black Friday deals, look for ones that have accessories.
That's what I look at a lot of
Yeah.
the times.
And I'm sure this one is no different.
No, this says it comes with 2 magazines, 4 mounting plates, a polymer holster with a belt and paddle adjustment, a cleaning rod, and a brush, which for all that, for $500,
not
you get
bad.
a 9mm, you're moving up in caliber.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good deal.
It's not, especially if you're a fan of the Glock 17 or larger frame pistols, you know, let's call it full-size pistols, if you will. This is a great value, great gun. Will shoot all day, won't leave you stranded. Just something to have fun with. If you do want to carry in a more concealed fashion, I probably wouldn't recommend this one. We'd probably step it down to more of a subcompact frame or something like this.
43X.
43X,
I like
maybe.
that. That's kind of smaller, not
Yeah.
as big.
Right.
Fits
Still
here
carries a 9
easier.
mil.
Yeah.
But for value, for a full frame gun, not bad.
Not bad at all. Let's move on to the next one.
Number 8.
Number 8, the Kimber 1911 Custom LW 45 ACP. One of the most beautiful handguns in my opinion. I can't get enough of it. It screams powerful. When you see that, you're like, yeah, that guy's got some power. That guy got some firepower.
And what are we talking about for price today?
So this is on Academy. Originally, it's about $800, but right now with the Black Friday sale going on, it's down to $700, which I'd pay $700 any day for this gun. It does come with 3 7-round magazines, a Mission First tactical holster and a mag holster, and a Kimber range bag to store everything.
I mean, that's fantastic. If you're
Yeah.
you're a gun enthusiast of any sort, you probably have a 1911 in your collection, or you're looking for a 1911. Might as well go with a high mid-grade with a Kimber. You can't go wrong. Get it. You know, it's not the original branding of a 1911. Doesn't matter. Go with something that you like, that's affordable, that's trustworthy, that's going to get you by. We're not talking high points here.
No.
$46
Yeah.
for a 45 that we found
Something
at the gun store the other day,
That-
which was just mind-blowing.
I know.
This is a quality weapon with a quality bundle, something that you or a friend might enjoy owning, us included.
I would buy this. If it was me, I would 100% go for this. I mean, I'm just a big fan of the 1911, so no matter what, I'd be buying this. But for the price, with what it comes with, I think it's a good deal.
I think so. What's next?
So number 7, this one is a M4 carbine, 5.56 PSA PA15 from Palmetto State Armory. Originally, this was $950, but it is $550 right now.
You guys got to get on this deal.
I think this deal is
Yeah.
only going on for
Yeah, it's Black Friday.
Yeah, for
I think
today.
it goes through Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday.
Is what I read. Yeah.
So you guys got a very short window
Yeah.
to go and get this weapon.
Yeah.
This is a good deal.
This is a good deal. 5.56. You know, you really it's hard to beat. Even you go to your local gun shops, you're probably not going to get something of this quality at that price.
No,
it's going to be hard to do.
I think when we were at the gun shop, there were a couple ARs for over like $1,200,
Yeah.
$1,300. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
This is a good deal. This does not come with any extras, nothing like that. But for almost $500 off, I think it's kind of a
I
no-brainer.
think it's a no-brainer. This is another example of know your state here in Maryland. There's some very weird rules, laws, if you will, on AR-15s. For example, we would not be able to ship this gun to Maryland because of the barrel. In Maryland, you have to have what's called a lightweight barrel, which I guess in someone's grand thinking, they think if you have a lightweight barrel, it'll melt faster under high volume shooting, so therefore it's not as dangerous to society. So something like this, Any standard AR-15 they consider having a heavy barrel would not be importable here. So just know that for your state before you go out and buying this thing and ordering this. By the way, we're not sponsored by any of these people.
Nope.
This is just our own list we came up with.
Yep.
So do your own research, but I think this is something that, and again, we talk about this all the time. If you're a gun enthusiast, you're going to have an AR in your collection.
You have to have
You're going to have a
one.
1911 in your collection. You're going to have a Glock somewhere.
It's kind of just the preset weapons to have.
And you're going to have a shotty.
Oh, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right. What's next, Ike?
At number 6, we have the Ruger 1022 carbine semi-auto rimfire rifle. This one's from Cabela's also. We've got a couple from Cabela's. Originally, it was about $320, but now with the savings, it's brought down to $260. So it's about a $60 saving, which is not bad at all.
No, that's a great deal. You know, in my era coming up, you tended to learn to shoot first on 22s, and that might still be the case. The 1022 is a great little plinker rifle. It starts to give new shooters a feel for a long gun without the kick and strain of maybe a heavy caliber. You can really fine tune, you know, all the little things that get you to be a good shooter without the stress of, number one, the cost of shooting a larger caliber. Number two, losing your mechanics because you're so focused on being fearful of the gun, which I've seen a lot of that in little shooters and new shooters. This is just a fantastic little weapon. This should be in everyone's collection. As a red-blooded American, the 1022 is like sliced bread and ice cream. Like it's good. You got to have it.
It's up there with the ARs and the 1911s.
Just go get you one. Stop messing around. Go get you one.
Go get it. Just go get it.
You put it on the tree, wrap it for yourself. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, Santa brought it.
Santa brought it. Yep.
All right.
Next up.
On to number 5. This is also one of my favorite guns. The PSA AK-104 classic side-folding pistol with triangle brace.
Now, what's the difference between the AK-104 and the AK-74?
Yeah,
AK-47,
there's a bunch of AK-102,
you
3,
name it.
4. Yeah, it's
because it looks the same to me.
They are the same. This is just more of a modern version of the AK-47. So if you're looking for something newer, something more reliable, I would say.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, AKs are already known to be very reliable.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows that. But this is just the modern, the bigger, would you say bigger brother?
Yeah, maybe. Like the next block of...
The younger brother. Yeah, the next block, I would say, of AKs.
Of AKs, yeah.
This one was $1,000 on Palmetto State Armory, but with savings, it's down to $900. So it's $100 off.
Yeah. I am a believer in the AK series. I've done several tours downrange and all those places, and I have never once been stumped by an AK that wouldn't run. And I'm talking like AKs in caches that you're like, there is no way this thing will work because it's rusted through, it's missing pieces, and it fire every time.
Yeah.
And after a good amount of time of doing that over and over, I just come to learn that this is true reliability.
AK,
it really is.
AK is the way to go.
It's something else. Yeah. I think if I had to go with just one long gun of that style, like AR, which I love ARs, that's always at the top of the list. But if I only had one as apocalyptic situation and ammunition was not a concern, there was plenty of that on either side, I'd go with the AK just for the reliability.
Yeah. This is 7.62, by the way. Just want to put that out there.
Oh, yeah. And I would only do it in 7.62 because you can get AKs in different calibers now, or 5.45 I think is another one.
5.56, 7.62, and 5.6.
Yeah, there you go, 5.45.
4.5.
Yeah, so, yeah, choice is yours, shooter.
Yeah,
but it's another one you got to have.
I'm going with that.
Yep. What's next?
On to number 4. This is the JTS AKT1 12-gauge shotgun. This is also on Palmetto State Armory. This one was $550, but now it's all the way down to $250. That's almost a $300 deal.
You can't...
Listen,
that's awesome.
I know.
Why you're not buying, right now, you should pause our video, add these to your cart, let your local gun dealer know they're coming, and get them ordered now before they get sold out.
This one's really cool, too, because it's a 12-gauge shotgun, but it looks like a rifle, like an AK.
Yeah, it certainly gives you that AKFN feel to it. Really slick design, looks really cool. Sometimes like in life, we love aesthetics, you know, and aesthetics can drive a large part of our decision making when we make a purchase.
Yeah.
So don't buy ugly, buy pretty.
Yeah.
And this is pretty.
This is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I love this thing.
Yeah, so even if you don't shoot it, you could hang it up somewhere nice, and it's just going to look right wherever it's at.
Yeah, it just looks so sleek.
It
I've
does.
always loved the AK design. It's always looked just kind of beautiful in my eyes.
This is a great stocking stuffer.
Yeah. Oh, I'd put yeah, I'd put that in someone's stocking. Yeah. I think it's a great stocking stuffer.
Fantastic. What else we got?
All right. On to number 3. This is the Masterpiece Arms Defender Top Cocking TB 9mm pistol. This thing looks like a Mac 10 Uzi. This thing is dope.
This is
I love this thing.
I do too. Like, this makes me feel like if I owned it, like somehow I could go back to the 90s being rap videos. You know?
Yeah.
And I'd fit in.
Yeah.
Like, even I'd fit in.
Yeah.
They'd be like, man, this guy.
Look at this dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, this thing is pretty cool. It comes with a 30-round magazine, and then I think it's only a one finish, black, which, I mean, that still looks good.
Whatever.
You just want a black one, right? Why
Yeah.
would you go for any other color?
Yeah. And the savings is great on this. It was listed at what?
So this was $681 before Black Friday,
yeah.
and now it's at $486. So it's a pretty good saving. It's about like
not bad.
$200, somewhere
Yeah.
around in that range.
Yep.
It's not too bad.
And it's unique. You know,
Oh.
you're going to go to the range and you're going to be the talk of the town. You know, everyone's going to want to come over and talk to you. Well, if you don't want friends, don't buy it.
Yeah, yeah, no. If
If you
you're
don't want anyone talking to you.
If you have a social anxiety, do not buy this thing.
You don't want this thing.
No.
One thing we've learned is taking different firearms to the range, and you'll start seeing those on the channel here in the future as we work through some of these. It never fails that someone comes up to us, and listen, we love our gun enthusiasts, we love our gun buddies, we want to talk to them and stuff, but sometimes it just makes it a little more difficult to get through your range and get what you're doing when you're being interrupted and asked about some of the weapon systems you have. So if you don't want to be cool or bothered, it's probably not the gun for you.
The price you got to pay for just being cool.
This is coming home with us. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, just stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
On to number 2. This is a Browning AB3 Composite Stalker bolt action rifle. So this one was $600 on the dot at Bass Pro Shop. With the sale, it's at about $550, somewhere around there, $50 off, which is not bad. Not bad at all. It comes in different cartridges, all the way from a 300 Winchester Magnum, 6.5 Creedmoor, all the way to a 7mm Remington Magnum. It's kind of up to you.
Yeah, it really is. And Browning, and this is at Bass Pro Shops. I don't know if we mentioned that. Probably did. I think I zoned out for a minute.
All this gun talk.
All this gun talk. But like Browning is one of your high-end rifle manufacturers. So finding a Browning at this price point is really fantastic. Again, if I had to take one long rifle bolt action, I mean, you'd have a million choices, but this, I would never turn my nose up at a Browning if I was heading down range, scoped out. I'd take it all day long and run it, no problem. Brownings are fantastic. You probably hear Browning and think of the Browning automatic rifle.
That's what I'm...
Right, back in the day, so it has some history there, really.
Would you hunt with this rifle?
I would. Yeah,
you would hunt with this?
You know, I hunted with a 243 for years. Good little gun, especially as a thin teenage boy. It was great. My dad had a 308. Also, you'll be seeing those here shortly on the. But this I would definitely do. I've shot Browning similar to this in 30-06, 7, 2 and 270 Winchester 270. Humongous rounds, both of them. You can also, if you're inclined, you could do a 6.5 Creedmoor, which is probably the way I'd go. You'd have to get, let's see, is it? Yeah, there it is.
Same price.
Same price. Okay, so I'd probably run this in a 6.5 Creedmoor.
6.5.
And some of that is, I'm not saying like, oh, it has more stopping power than a 50 cal, or something like that. I'm just saying if it's kind of a great variety round for different size game that you might be hunting at. You're not changing out rifles and stuff, so just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, and I would also, this would be one of my choices too, to teach young shooters on bolt action rifles.
Okay.
Just
quick and simple, easy.
Great, fantastic gun, easy to run the bolt on it, fantastic round at 6.5. you're in a set prop position anyway, so it's not like you're up standing trying to learn how to fire this thing. Get to learn to use optics on this. Just really a fantastic weapon. This, if you want to chase something a little higher end, I always say Browning.
Browning.
Go Browning.
Way to go. It's the way to go.
It's the way to go.
So before we hit number 1, we've got a kind of a little bonus round, if you would. We have some safes that are also on Black Friday deals, which some of these are pretty crazy deals. You guys need to jump on these while you can before these sell out, because we're going to be purchasing one of these, so watch out. Here on Dick's Sporting Goods, we have a Vostek 24 gun fire safe with electric lock. It was $850. Now it's $500.
Yeah, $500. Yeah. That's really good.
For 24 gun.
Yeah, not bad. And I think this comes with a 30-minute guarantee for fire and water. Scroll back up a little bit.
Right here.
Yeah, so listen, guys, you've just bought now 9 weapons. So you need a safe. So we're giving you some options for safes. One thing we have found from our experience, a lot of gun owners, they'll do the typical buy guns, store it in a closet, buy guns, put it under your bed, buy guns. Part of the ownership experience and just being a responsible gun owner is having a gun safe.
Yeah.
And the gun safe isn't necessarily like, oh, I want to keep, the intruder out. It's sometimes you have inquisitive kids, and sometimes
it's more kind of like the kids, because kids are very
they're inquisitive,
hands-on.
Especially if you're shooting with them and teaching them, and you're giving them the knowledge and skills to operate weapons properly. That doesn't mean they're always going to follow that. I know I didn't.
They're children.
My dad taught me from a young age how to handle, how to clear, how to make safe, the very basics up front, which apparently you're not supposed to teach on YouTube anymore. But again, we don't know. That we're new to this, so I don't know. Don't ban us.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, but so one of the ways you can kind of circumvent those things is do yourself a favor, get a gun safe up front, store your weapons properly, and just not have that worry or your spouse's concern that one of the little guys, or maybe it's not even your little guy, his friend comes over for a sleepover.
Check out what my dad got. Let's go check out his new weapon.
You just don't know. So do us all a favor. We did ourselves a favor. Let's not get any more bad publicity for gun owners.
Yeah.
And
Stay
just
safe.
do the right thing. Stay safe.
We don't want anything happening.
Safe. Yep. What's the next safe?
All right, on to the next safe. This one is on Rural King. It is a Canon 64 gun.
Now we're talking.
30-minute fireproof safe. All right, this one was $900. Now with the sale, it is at $750. That is a $150 saving for a 64 gun case.
Yeah, that's awesome. That
is crazy.
Now, again, there are plenty of safes out there that are way more expensive than this, have more features.
Yeah.
I mean, and so spend what you want, right? This is just for the average homeowner, the average guy, like, hey, I know this is kind of a chunk out of my budget, but it's something that it's worth making the investment. And if you're at 64 guns, or you are climbing up that ladder to get to 64 or beyond, this is probably a great value for you.
Yeah, 64 guns is a lot, and for this price, and like compared to the other one, for $500 for 24 guns, and this one is 64 guns for $750. I feel like this is kind of the no-brainer.
A couple more $100, right? It just comes down to space. Do you have the space for it?
Yeah.
For something this large. And listen, don't get caught up in we've had in humid climates our guns and gun safes without humidifiers and stuff, and they're fine, right? A lot of guys comment below if that has not been your experience. I've never known anybody that has stored their guns in the gun safes that has not run a humidifier, then all of a sudden their guns are rusty out of nowhere. Typically what I find is even with gun safes, we're in and out of the safe a lot, so it's not like it's shut and sealed for months on end, and then you come back, you're like, oh my God, everything's rusted. And by the way, you should be, maintaining your weapons anyways. So they're not going to come to that. So even though it doesn't come with like a built-in humidifier and fancy lights and stuff, just do your little DIY research if that's something you really want. Install it yourself, save yourself the money, $750. Rural King should give us one of these for free for promoting this thing.
I think they should. This is
holy cow, this is the way to go.
We'll put the address in our description.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one. So this is
big boy.
Oh yeah. This is on Academy. Everyone knows Academy. This is a Remington Express fire and waterproof 44 gun safe. This is a little on the top end. If you want to spend a little more money, it was $3,000 before the sale.
Yep.
Now it's $2,000, so you're saving $1,000, 33% off, which that's not bad. Not at all.
Listen, fireproof, waterproof. So if you have money to burn,
yeah, all this holiday money coming in.
Here you go.
Go spend it.
Yeah. I mean, this is great because this comes with like all your pistol sleeves and how to store guns differently. You know, it's just fantastic.
It's got so many different pockets. I like the this, what would you call it? Diamond stitching on there. It's very fancy.
Yeah, it looks like a lowrider.
It does, yeah.
You know,
like a nice interior redesign. It looks pretty cool.
No,
I like
it. Really
it.
Does, yeah. So again, this is like, we know this is on the top end, you know, and this might not fit a lot of people's budget. But again, this is like a Cadillac of safes. So if you got the money, you got the space. No, it's not 64 gun big, but trust me, we've had 24 gun safes where we had like 38 guns in it. So
you could fit,
it works.
Yeah.
It works. So
it's really up to you. It depends on how much money you want to spend. Yeah. If you're a loyal Remington brand fan, then this is the way to go. I know some people like you know, we're all loyal to our own brands. I don't blame you. Yeah. It's just really up to you and your needs, the space that you have. It's all up to you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, let's move on to
the number one pick on our list, the Bulldog. If you guys didn't notice, we've got it right here. Check this sucker out. This is the Bulldog SGA 12 gauge bullpup shotgun on Palmetto State Armory. It was about $480 before the sale. Now it is $350.
This is a riot to shoot. This
thing,
mag-fed, semi-auto, AR style operating system. I mean, just a lot of fun. This is like one of those, man, we need something just a little different, a little weird.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
we went into the gun store just talking, and we're like, oh, what's that gun? He's like, semi-auto shotgun.
Yep.
Fires as fast as you can pull the trigger. We're like,
all right, bet.
Give it to it. Yeah, bet. Give it to us. Come on.
See.
Yeah, this thing is awesome. Fun to shoot. Very fun to shoot.
This is really great. You know, it comes with the magazine. It also comes with different, 3 different chokes in the system. I believe you also get the front sight and rear sight, right?
Yep.
So it comes with some different accessories. Comes with the tools to actually change this out. Like, they don't leave you high and dry. Like, oh, here's your chokes. Good luck. You know, they actually give you the tools to do so. We'll be demonstrating this weapon firing in the future within all the safety guidelines that we need to follow for everyone. Yeah. But this is a whole lot of fun with the rail system. You can come up with different things. And listen, guys, we want to mention something to you. You notice this doesn't have any sights right now. You can go spend as much money as you want. These little, let's call them range guns, right? We're not using this to defend our home. This is just a fun range gun. Do yourself a favor, go on Amazon or one of these sites, buy you an EOTech knockoff for like 120 bucks. Don't spend $1,000. Now, if this is your at-home do or die, spend $1,000. You're gonna get what you paid for.
Yeah.
We have lots of EOTechs, lots of different aim points and weapon sighting systems. Honestly, the cheap ones on Amazon have ran just as good as our higher end ones.
Get the job done.
We haven't noticed any degradation. The battery life is great. But listen, if you're depending on it for your life, spend the money if you can.
I would.
And get
just to have the peace of mind,
just
knowing, you know, if this thing is protecting me and my family.
Yeah.
I want the top tier
you
everything.
Want the top tier.
And I want the Chinesium stuff. Like don't need that.
Now again, this baby runs a 12 gauge, so and we're going to talk about a little bit of tactics in future videos and maybe how you'd want to defend your home. And if you can only buy a weapon system and you cannot buy the sights, then you're going to be teaching double eye open sight shooting, which honestly, if you're a new shooter in a situation, someone's breaking your home, is probably what it's going to end up being. And I can give you some stories, some personal stories for that. So just keep in mind that this is for fun. You know, it's inexpensive. It's a lot of toy for the money.
I love
highly
this
recommended.
Thing. I do too. I love this thing. This is it just looks so cool too. It's like a video game.
I feel like I could go on.
Look at that.
Yeah, like I don't know, like, what is the old Starship Troopers?
Look at it.
Yeah, like shooting bugs
Star
and
Wars
stuff
and
all
pew,
that.
pew,
Yeah,
pew.
like, yeah, that's a lot of pew pew for
Yeah,
sure.
this got a lot of pew pew power.
Yeah, that's our number one choice, guys.
Yes.
Thanks for sticking around today. Thank you for checking out our list. We certainly appreciate it. We've got more guns coming in the future.
A lot
A
more.
lot more shooting, a lot more reviews. It's a little difficult, we have found.
Yes.
We've done some experiments, just FYI. Some shooting videos, posted them. They get 0 views. We don't know why. We're using common SOE. We're doing all the things we know to do.
We posted 2 videos and they got over thousands of views.
Yeah.
And then just out of nowhere, every video we posted next was just 0 views.
We've posted, what you guys don't know is probably at least a dozen shooting videos, all within the YouTube guidelines, and they get 0.
And it doesn't even, in the engagement tab, it doesn't even show it was shown in anybody's feed. It's literally shown in 0 people's feed,
Yeah.
0 views. I mean, I don't know, what did we do?
If you got any ideas, please comment below, because we're at a
Please.
loss, but we're going to keep it up.
Yeah,
we're not going to be beat by this.
YouTube ain't, they're not gonna hammer us down.
This is a passion project,
Yeah.
just like our Rose Driven Rides channel. If you're over there, you see us working on our old white truck and Green Bean and future projects in there.
These will all intertwine soon.
We'll intertwine
You'll see.
soon. Yep. Stay tuned on that channel for a long distance drive across the country too. That's going to be a lot
That's
of
gonna
fun.
be something else.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. But until then, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And on that note,
Stay strapped.